Hello again, Bill Pfeiffer speaking from Marys Field. Good to be with you. Do remember the subscribe and the like button, if you will. Yesterday was the 4th of July, and I'm continuing to think about the freedom. Freedom isn't free. It really is very costly and very expensive, depending on which generation you live in. And every generation has to kind of renew its efforts and its commitment to being free. Most civilizations rise and fall in about 250 years, and that's about where we're at this point. Here are some of the 8 stages of civilization's decline. As I mentioned, at about age 250 years. The sociologists, the anthropologists have described the stages of the rise and fall of the world's great civilizations. Scottish philosopher Alexander Tytler from the University of Edinburgh noted 8 stages that articulate well this process. I first encountered this in Ted Flynn's book, The Great Transformation. They provided a great deal of perspective to what we're currently experiencing. Each of these stages is followed by a paragraph of explanation, but I just don't have the right or the ability to do that here. But I'll just mention the 8 stages, and you kind of decide where you think we're at. The first stage is from bondage to spiritual growth. The second stage, from spiritual growth to great courage. The third stage, from courage to liberty. Fourth, from liberty to abundance. Fifth, from abundance to complacency. Sixth, from complacency to apathy. From 7 is from apathy to dependence. And number 8 is from dependence back into bondage. And each of these explanations, again, are explained with paragraphs kind of detailing what each of those stages actually are involved in. And it's really worth reading because it really exemplifies the situation that we're now experiencing in many cases. Ronald Reagan once said, "Freedom is never more than one generation from extinction. We didn't pass it along our children in our bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, handed on to them the same way. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States, where men and women lived free." William Penn, "A nation that is not ruled by God will be ruled by tyrants." Thomas Jefferson, "The God who gave us life gave us liberty." Jefferson then asked, "Can the liberties of a nation be secure when we have removed the conviction that these liberties are the gift of God?" And then lastly, Dwight Eisenhower, "The spirit of man is more important than mere physical strength, and the spiritual fiber of a nation than its wealth." And so we are at a crossroads at this particular moment in our relationship with truth, with government, with God, and so on. And we have to make some decisions, and they're not always easy. One of the things that we can do and that we really are able to do on a regular basis is to pray, to really, really seriously pray that the right outcome of the present situation will be accomplished in our country and for all people and all religions everywhere. Happiness tomorrow truly always depends on doing the truth today. I don't know how long it's going to take us after we continue to try to put square pegs into round holes, and there's no right way to do the wrong thing. And as soon as you do the wrong thing, the consequences are set up. Maybe that you'll experience them immediately, but sooner or later you will feel the consequences of non-truth. Sometimes it takes a generation or two. But those consequences will occur, and you can count on it. You can go to the bank on that. That's one thing you can really, really count on. So the 8 stages of the decline of civilization, it's really worth looking at. Good to be with you.